I'm April, and I'm a practitioner here at Scrooging Center for Spiritual Living, and I'm also the youth director. And I have a story I really want to share with everybody, and it has nothing really to do with my talk because it just literally happened today. But it was so magnificent that immediately I was elated to have the opportunity to share it with you. And it starts about a week ago when we got a notice that our apartment's roof was going to be worked on, and that it was going to start this Monday at 7 a.m. And it did. It started at 7 a.m. and it went until 4:30. And on Monday, it was tolerable. Although I was confused by the wording that they used because they said it would be loud. And that choice of wording was very surprising to me because it was far beyond loud. They could have used words like treacherous or mind-boggling, or they could have described what was going to happen in our home, which was ornaments falling off the Christmas tree, pictures falling from the wall. And this is never ending. I mean, these people work their butts off until 4:30 and they never stop moving. And ironically, they don't take a lunch either. So it just went on all day on Monday, but I finished, I did what I had to do. Tuesday was a little bit different because my back went out and I had some work to do for the youth church. I needed to finish writing curriculum, and but I was overall kind of, I was in pain and I needed to care for myself, and doing that means I can't really leave the house and go to a coffee shop to work because I need to lay down sometimes or stretch or stop working on the computer. And so I had to stay home, and it was terrible. I felt like I was enclosed in this strange jail of crazy sounds, and I couldn't get out of it, and also people were in my backyard randomly, like jumping off the roof, and I just felt like I had no sacred space left. And then this morning, I woke up to the sounds of the roofing again, and I was pretty optimistic though because my back was not hurting, but today was the day that I was giving a talk tonight, so I really wanted my space to practice in my living room. And they're working, and I'm trying to be really positive about the situation. I'm like, April, if you can give a talk during this, you can give a talk anytime, anywhere. This is great. This is a fantastic opportunity. But then I just had a breakdown. I was like, I can't take it. I had so much anxiety from the amount of noise that was happening, and I said, I can't. I said it out loud, alone in my house, I can't do it. I can't. And at that moment, it starts pouring rain. Like just, really heavy pouring rain. I have no idea that, I heard it was going to sprinkle this morning on NPR, but I had no idea that the possibility of it pouring rain was going to take place. And immediately the sounds cease. There's no more beating on my roof. It is completely silent until I start hearing the little footsteps go to the ladder to get off of my roof. And I'm super like, oh, whoa, this is, all I can hear every worker getting off of the roof. And I got about 15 seconds of, oh, this is perfect. Thank you for this awesome gift. I have this sacred space. I can practice my talk. And then I get a text message from my husband who says, hey, I've had a weird morning. Are you at the restaurant yet? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. At the restaurant? What are you talking about? I'm practicing my talk now in this sacred silence. But I had forgotten that I had a staff lunch that I was supposed to go to at 11:30. And so I just had to go put on a sweater and run to be with the amazing staff of Scrooging Center for Spiritual Living because I wasn't going to give that up. And so I went, and this story is so miraculous to me because it gave me an opportunity to expand spiritually. It gave me an opportunity to practice some of my spiritual tools, which was, in this situation, letting go. I just needed to let go of the talk, of my living room, of the sleep. I just needed to let go. And so many things came together to support me and allow me to do that. And looking back, taking a step back and getting a 360 view of this, I was amazed by how many things came together to support me. And the rain wasn't for me, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of felt like that in my living room, like, oh, I know that you're really paying careful attention to me and the rain's coming down so that it can help me, but support just is. It just exists in the universe. It's everywhere all the time. It exists for each and every person. And sometimes it does feel extremely personal, like it did for me this morning, but looking at everything that came together was amazing. Now back to my talk. When I was first asked to do a Wednesday night service, I was so excited and pumped up and ready to go, and I couldn't wait, and I started writing my talk, which is totally not the talk that I'm giving today, but there's been several of them have been written in this time. And as time progressed, I became absolutely terrified, which is where I'm at now. I'm very terrified. And but here's the thing. We're in this together. I felt alone for a little while, like, oh my gosh, I have to be on stage by myself talking. And I'm not by myself. I'm here with everybody, and we're in this together. We're here supporting each other. We're here learning from each other and teaching each other. And so that's the real truth of this, is that we're here together for each other. And I'm so grateful to be in a space like this of worship on a Wednesday evening. And I just know that my gratitude, it far surpasses me being terrified right now. Like, I can feel it. I think you guys, I'm literally, I can feel it, like I'm terrified. Like, my heart is beating faster than it's ever beaten in my life. But my gratitude is, it's flooding through that. There's something powerful happening. And I knew that that was what was going to happen, because gratitude is that powerful. And I also, when I'm at church, I feel like I'm at home, because I grew up in church. I was raised in this philosophy, and I was at church all of the time. And so when I walk into any sanctuary, any religion, I feel a sense of home. And I knew that I was going to feel that here tonight. I'm a fourth generation religious scientist. And so not only have I grown up in church, but my family's grown up in church, and they've been dedicated to this philosophy. And when people find out that I'm fourth generation, in this philosophy, I hear a lot of the same comments. And one of them is, you know, you're so lucky to have grown up in this philosophy. My goodness. And then the other one kind of goes something like, I wish I would have grown up in this philosophy. It would have saved me so much trouble. And they're really shocked to find out that I grew up with my own dogmas in this philosophy, some of my own mistruths, frustrations with the politics of different centers. And so they're always surprised to find that we've had such similar spiritual evolutions in such different religious backgrounds. And I absolutely can't positively say that's true for everybody, but I really think it might be. I think if we pay attention, we could find an answer to that question really quickly, because it doesn't really matter what religion you are. Our spiritual evolution is a part of our existence, and it's going to happen whether you're in church and you call it home, or you're out of church, or in a religion, you find a different religion. Spiritual evolution is what happens when you exist. So the other thing that people seem to really think about me growing up in this philosophy is that I'm probably really positive, like really good at just seeing the best in everything, really good at seeing the best in every person, really good at seeing the best in every situation. And I will be the first to tell you, that's absolutely not true. It's not far from the truth. I do see good in a lot, and I have a lot of spiritual tools that I use, that I was raised with and that I've adopted along the way. But the truth is that I have a part of who I am that is angsty, that complains, that can easily fall into depression, that just wants to fix everything and make everything a little bit better. And that's just a part of who I am, whether or not I grew up in this philosophy. About a week ago, my son Gavin, he went to, he had a concert, his Oak Middle School music program holiday concert. And it was very exciting because he's first chair viola. Well, he was first chair violist this evening. He's typically second chair, but the girl that's first chair couldn't make it. And so he assumed the position of first chair violist. And he also had 2 small solos. So this was like a really exciting night for his parents and him. It was just, there was a lot going on. And when we get there and we arrive, they give us this program, this wonderful program. I don't know how much you can see of it, but this is top-notch paper. It's glossy. It has a Christmas tree on the front, sprinkled with beautiful snow. And it says Oak Middle School Instrumental Music Program presents Winter Concert, Friday, December 16th, 2016. It's beautiful, right? I open it up. Oh, by the way, when we walk in, we get front row seats, which I don't know if we were supposed to be sitting there, but I was like, no one's sitting there, so I think we can take that seat. So that was exciting too. I open up to the first page and I see it's collage of pictures on it. And the second thing I notice is that the ratio of band pictures to orchestra pictures, and they're different, band is different than orchestra, is 9 pictures of the band and 3 pictures of the orchestra. So I'm really angry. And because my son's in the orchestra. So then I go on to the second page, which is the order of service or order of events. And I quickly see that the ratio on that is that the band's performing 4 times and the orchestra is only performing twice. So I'm basically livid. I'm freaking out. I'm not really saying anything out loud, but I'm like, oh, these kids should be represented. You know, they need somebody to fight for them. They need to have a better ratio of pictures of band versus. And I'm going back in the history of why, this is always like this. Sometimes the directors or the parent volunteers, they send out emails and they won't even address the orchestra. They just address the band, and they have all these little outings to spaghettinis and watch jazz, and I'm like, what about the orchestra? This is not right. And I'm even getting mad at the music director at this point. Despite his sweetness and supportive nature of every single kid that's there, I'm mad at him. Inside, I'm furious. I Scrooged that moment up really bad. The entire show, I was immersed in the ratios of band versus orchestra. And I couldn't necessarily take it back either. And I thought I hit rock bottom at the show, and I realized I'm the only person to get myself out of this. But what I didn't realize was that the next day at 3 p.m. I freaked out about it again, and that's when I really realized that I had hit rock bottom of this situation, and I had to be my own hero. I had to pull myself out of this. And I also had to recognize that I did, in fact, Scrooge the situation up massively, and I had to do my own work. Has anybody seen Scrooge or read the story A Christmas Carol, seen some version of it? Yeah. Okay, most of you, so you know what I'm talking about when I say I Scrooged it up royally. My favorite Scrooge is the 1988 version with Bill Murray. It's entitled Scrooged. I love that version so much. It's my favorite. If you haven't seen it, the story is essentially the same. You've got a jerk who is always a jerk, even on holidays and to young children, and he gets visited by the ghost of Christmas present, Christmas past, and Christmas future. And in the story itself, this is it's very mystical, it's very powerful, it's even a little bit terrifying. Depending on what version you watch, it's especially terrifying in Scrooged in some weird way. If you've seen it, it's just the characters in it are terrifying. But there's this powerful part of the story that recognizes the past, the present, and the future is it's a vehicle for awakening. It's a part of how we change or transform our lives. And I know that it's really common to have spiritual practices, especially in this philosophy, but all over the place, to have practices where we focus on the present, where we let go of the past, where we let go of the future, and we're just here now. And I believe there's a book written called Here Now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So it's a powerful spiritual practice, and I absolutely honor it as that. But I just want to offer a practice that can go along with it. It doesn't have to conflict with it, and that's honoring the past and the future as well as the present. Because the present is really the only time that encompasses all of that. The present moment encompasses the past and the future all at one time. You don't have that in the future, and you don't have that in the past. And I think that's what makes the present so powerful. So if we can take a step back and utilize the past, the present, and the future as a vehicle for our transformation, we have a really powerful tool. And that's exactly what Scrooge did. He's his own hero in the story. He becomes the hero of the story because he gets a chance to change, to evolve, to awaken, and he takes it. He takes it fully, wholeheartedly, and he becomes the hero of his own life. And not only is he a hero for himself, he becomes a hero in the community because they get to witness it. Has anybody ever witnessed someone's transformation? Anybody witnessed a transformation? A friend, a family member, a coworker? I mean, it's miraculous. And the impact that it has on the witness is immense. It's huge. And so that's the other part of Scrooge's story, is that not only is he a hero, but every single character in that story has an important piece in the transformation. He's his own hero, yes, but every single person, even the random extras, that just kind of pass by. We have those in our own life at the grocery store. We just say hi to the checker, or we pass someone in the cereal aisle and we're in a happy mood, so we say hi, or we do something nice, or we're kind of in a grumpy mood and we just kind of walk past them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all important pieces to our spiritual awakening all the time. And Scrooge is such a powerful example of that. And it's, I don't want to say it's on a subconscious level, but it takes someone to really look at the story and see why it's a classic, see why it's so embedded into our psyche, see why we watch it every year, see why it's so important. And it's really those things. It's because it teaches us the importance of the past, present, and future, and it teaches us that we can be our own hero. And so the next time that you find yourself ripping apart a kid's music program because you're Scrooging everything up, or you hit rock bottom in a small way or a big way. Like I mentioned at that concert, I hit rock bottom. I've hit much deeper rock bottoms, but I definitely hit the rock bottom of that situation. And if you ever find yourself there, I invite you to be your own hero. I invite you to utilize this tool that we have of the past, the present, and the future as a spiritual awakening, a transformation. We get these little gifts all the time. Sometimes they're big and sometimes they're gigantic, and they have an effect or ripple across our entire life. But it doesn't matter. If you have the chance, take it. Be your own hero. Listen carefully. See when it's showing up. And that's the greatest spiritual tool that we have in our lives. And it's also, this idea that we have an effect on every single person in their own spiritual awakening. That idea, mixed with us being our own hero, that's the greatest example of oneness that I can come up with. And oneness is a very hard concept to teach. I try to teach it to 6-year-olds sometimes. It's complex, it's complicated. Sometimes it takes a story. It takes a story like Scrooge to really get down to the bottom of it, because it's massive. It's a massive idea. It's a massive part of who we are as beings. And that idea that we are our own hero, and every single person we come in contact with, we have a ripple effect, that's what oneness really is. That's exactly what oneness is.